From the Greg Ward Studio in Oxnard, California, and from the creator and producer of Luminary Sounds, it's The Late Show with Ledo.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's The Late Show with Ledo. Indeed, right?
Thank you.
So happy to have you on the show. So
Thank
here we
you for
go.
having me.
I have a lot of questions.
Shoot.
First question is, why the name change? You changed your name. You are Jasmine, but speak about it. You said it was Arabic. That's what it meant.
So Yasmina is Arabic for Jasmine,
Okay.
in Palestinian dialect.
Okay.
And I mean, it was really that simple. I just wanted to change my name. Julius agreed. Well, he came up with the idea. I agreed with Julius. And we just wanted to make something different about it. I think really everything about me is kind of outlandish and alienated in a way, if that makes sense. Like, I just didn't want to fit in a category. I didn't want to do something that somebody has already done before.
Well, yeah, nobody's done it before.
So we were like,
Yeah, you own the real estate to that name.
we own everything to that name.
Yeah, you own everything to that name. What would you say, what percentage of your fan base knows that you're Palestinian? Just off the rip, they just know.
I'd probably say about 10%.
10%? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't really tell people. I haven't told many people yet.
Okay. Is there a reason why?
I want it to be a surprise.
It is a surprise. Because, I thought you were a red bone when I see you. And that you're Palestinian. I was like, that's very interesting. And I think that's also...
I'm half black.
Yeah, you have black. That's also something that people should recognize as well.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Palestinian R&B singer. That's different. That's changing the game.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. You speak other languages.
I do. I speak Arabic a
So
little bit.
can you sing in Arabic?
I can.
Can you do something now?
Yeah, actually, I can.
You can?
Yeah.
Let's give it a
Wanna
little
hear it?
spin. Of
It's
course.
not Palestinian dialect, though. It's Lebanese dialect.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm not gonna understand it anyway.
It's fine.
Okay.
But to the viewers out there that are Lebanese or Palestinian, this is a Lebanese dialect.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. Sham الياسمينة وضوء الدبس بطحينة وتذكر تذكرني وتاخيو تنساني.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
What were you saying?
I don't know.
That's fair.
See, the thing is, I would know if it was Palestinian dialect.
Okay.
I was kind of in a school event. Like, I went to an art school.
Okay.
And they had an Arabic song. They wanted me to sing this Arabic song. And I realized that the dialect wasn't Palestinian dialect. So the way they enunciate words is different from the way we do.
Okay.
And I did at one point know what I was saying.
At one point you understood.
I did.
Okay.
I had to study the actual meaning, the translation. It's been like maybe over 8 or 9 years.
Okay.
But essentially the plot is about you smelling the whiffs of a jasmine flower. It's Shem el Yasmin is my name.
Wow.
Smell the jasmine. That's what that means.
That's cool. Okay.
And my name is Jasmine, so
Smell the Jasmine. That's an album title right there.
yeah.
Not forget you. That came from me on that one. So what are your thoughts about what's happened in Palestine?
Honestly, I don't even want to talk about that.
Okay, that's fair.
Sorry.
That's fair. No,
yeah, I don't even want
understand
to.
that.
I don't want to.
I knew it was a risky question, but I had to ask.
It's okay.
Yeah, okay.
I appreciate you asking, and it does feel good to see people want to acknowledge that.
Sure, yeah.
I have to be careful about that topic, and I'd rather not talk about it, but I appreciate you even bringing it up.
You're welcome.
Truly.
Absolutely. What was the music scene for you growing up as a child?
Oh my God, I love that question. Wow. I went to an art school my entire life.
Okay.
So I never really had an experience in a public school. It was a public charter called Oakland School for the Arts, based out of Oakland, California. I'm from the Bay.
Okay.
6th to 12th grade, one vocational program, taught me everything from A to Z: performance, musical theater, classic, jazz, contemporary, music theory. I taught some other students how to learn music theory.
Okay.
Piano lessons.
You play the piano?
I have a good ear, and
Okay.
I'm really good at my scales, so
Sure.
I'm able to navigate the piano, but I'm not
I got you.
I don't have like muscle memory, but I could do it.
You're not like Claude Debussy.
No,
I got you.
absolutely.
I got you.
No.
See, a lot of people don't even know who that is.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, they made me learn all those classic people.
Well, that's amazing. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
they were definitely the reason why I am who I am.
Okay, that's dope.
I feel so confident.
So, coming from a background in theater from your school, do you recommend children do the same thing as you for like the creative aspect of what you got from it?
You know what? I think that anybody who, because see, the thing is, music is so subjective.
Yeah.
You can't really be like, this is how you're supposed to do it. To your question, would I recommend it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Would I say it's necessary and that it's mandatory? No, because everybody's journey is very different.
That's right.
And everybody comes up really different. You don't want everybody to be the same. I don't want nobody to come up like me. I came up different than everybody else, and I want everyone to have their own journey and their own path. But I would recommend investing in a music class, having a vocal teacher, teaching yourself music theory, like all the basics that really can make an artist, you know?
Okay. So there's 3 tiers that I have of a singer. Jennifer Lopez,
Okay.
Jasmine Sullivan,
Ooh.
Whitney Houston.
Ooh.
Okay. Which tier do you think you fall in?
You want me to be honest?
I want you to be dead honest.
Jennifer Lopez is not even on this list.
Okay.
We can
Sorry,
scratch her.
hey, J-Lo, we sorry about that.
We love you, J-Lo, but
Okay.
no. She's a performer. She's a public figure.
And I respect her because she's a great talent.
She did her thing,
Yeah.
right? But we talking about vocals, and that's kind of like who I am. Vocationally, my first inspiration was Jasmine Sullivan.
Okay.
I came up with Whitney Houston. I can sing Whitney Houston songs.
What?
I can.
You can do what?
I can sing Whitney Houston songs. But
I'm not afraid to ask you.
okay, you want me to be honest?
Yeah, I want you to be
I've been
extremely
working
honest.
so hard lately to where, I don't know if you can hear it, but I have like a raspiness in my voice right now.
I respect
to where
it.
Whitney Houston at the moment probably wouldn't be the best idea, but I did come prepared to sing a Jasmine Sullivan song.
We'll take that.
You want to take that?
Oh, I'll take that. Yeah,
Right
for
now?
sure. Right now.
Okay. If I could forget him,
Oh, yeah.
I would. Please believe me. And I know that I should throw the towel in, but baby, it's not that easy. Hey, you treat me so much better than him. And if I was saying there'd be no competition, but I'm in love with someone else.
Was that for me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was for me because I'm taking all of that, right?
Take all of it in.
I'm taking all of it. First, I have to recommend your breath, right? The way that you're able to control that. You know what you're doing, obviously. I can hear the teaching that you've had in music, so. Bravo.
Thank
Beautiful,
you.
beautiful.
I can't give myself all the credit. My teachers in high school and middle school, they are some great, great artists themselves and incredible teachers at that. So Miss Menzies, Miss Farkish, Mr. Lalji, everybody, all my instructors.
Shout out.
Those are my dogs. I will never go up
They
without
my dogs
them.
now.
They're my dogs. I swear they taught me everything I needed to know.
That's amazing. That's
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Faith, where are you at with your faith? Are you a person of faith?
So I grew up Christian.
Okay.
Which is actually, you know, a little bit abnormal to people. I'm not sure why, because I'm half Arab, I'm half Palestinian. Obviously,
Okay.
my black side grew up Christian. My Arab side grew up Christian Protestant.
Okay.
So Middle Eastern Christian. It's a bit different.
Okay.
Sort of similar. I love going to church. I've always been a church girl. I sang in the church growing up. I do belong to a church out here, non-denominational. It's
Okay.
a little more free.
You said non-denominational?
It's a
I
non-denominational
go to
church.
non-denominational as well.
It's called Oasis, based in Koreatown.
Okay.
I recommend it to people who want to involve themselves in a church, but we're not going to get too far into that.
Okay.
But I am Christian. I'm very much a spiritual person. I talk to God every day. I pray every day.
Good.
You know, I have my conversations.
Because I believe that's where your gift comes from, God.
Oh, I channel him every day.
Good. Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
Okay. That's good. Leon Thomas is top 21 Billboard 100 right now. My question to you is, where do you think R&B is right now? Because it's not riddled with a lot of R&B hits.
R&B is on its rise. Like, it's constantly, R&B is that genre that will never time out.
Okay, I like that.
It will change, it will shift, it will remold. It might be a little different here and there because change is inevitable. But R&B is never going to go away. It's never going to go away. And Leon Thomas is a really, really good representation of that. Yeah. I love Leon Thomas. I'm 25. I've been loving Leon Thomas since he was on Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
right?
I seen him today on Nickelodeon. Yeah.
So that's where I figured him out, and that's when I started appreciating like that's actually, it's funny that you bring him up because even on that show that he was on, it made me rethink myself as a singer. Like, okay, R&B is still accepted. Like that was a point where I started to realize, okay, we are still in an R&B, like, what's the word? Era.
Of course.
But it's never gonna go away.
No, it's not going to go away, but there's a lot of changes, like you said. Do you think the changes have been good or bad? If you have to to pick a side, you think they're so good?
So good.
Okay, and tell me why.
Because even all the old school R&B is still accepted.
Okay.
It doesn't matter whether you implement, like people remake everything. I remade an Usher song. I've remade a plethora of classic songs in my own way and still implemented like the classic hooks or classic melodies that were already in the song. And they're just something that you should never, ever really let go of. And I think now that it's changed, people still respect the originality of it. Yeah. So that's why I respect R&B singers, real R&B singers.
I understand the difference between real R&B singers, for sure. Are you inspired by the music in the Bay, or do you just cultivate your own sound?
I cultivated my own sound.
Is that difficult, being from the Bay? Because they have such a strong sound.
No.
Okay.
I've always loved music from the Bay, but I always know that anybody that wants to be great or continue to be great or reach like a maximum level of success has to kind of search outside the box.
That's right. Okay.
That's why I moved.
Okay. That's why you moved.
That's why I moved. I had to get up out of there because it was starting to get a little old, but I love the Bay. I love home.
Absolutely. Okay.
You just have to do different things in life.
This is true. Speaking of different things, at one point in time, you were an A&R, right?
I was.
So what was the difference of you A&Ring somebody else's project and then feeling the need to do your own stuff? At one point in time, were you like, you know what? I think I can do better than this artist that I'm helping.
You're so funny.
It's
I
the truth,
love
though.
these questions. I definitely went through that.
Okay. You don't have to say who the artist is.
Yeah, I'm not. I won't.
Yeah.
But
tell me later.
Yes.
Okay.
I will give you a short, concise story.
Okay.
Of what
you can make it long. It's fine. This is your time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as I said, Julius Darrington, he is somebody that inspired me for a really, really long time.
Okay.
He brought me on as an A&R for his publishing company, Mantra Publishing, right? And we had another A&R on the team that I was looking up to at the time. Things didn't end up working out with her, and then I became, like, at the time, one of the sole A&Rs on the team, and I was working under him because not only is he a CEO, but he's a pretty original classic A&R for some of the greats, right? So I'm also looking up to Julius.
Yeah.
I call him Juice. That's my big brother, right? We ended up signing an artist. I kind of took her on as like my first little project.
Okay.
And it was kind of hard because, and I don't mean to pop my shit, but
just do it.
She wasn't as good as me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She wasn't seasoned like me. She wasn't educated in the studio. She didn't have studio etiquette. Was she beautiful? She was gorgeous. Did she have the image? Absolutely.
Okay.
Were there a lot of things missing? Yes.
Okay.
I got a lot of crap from other people because I got a lot of questions. Why are you A&Ring for an artist that is not as good as you?
I was going to say, there's nothing that artist development you couldn't do to help her?
I was doing that. I was in the process.
Okay.
And, you know, I'm also a vocal coach. So I was doing a lot for her vocationally, like physically, technically. There was a lot of work to be done, which is fine. I mean, I'll put in the work, especially this is my first situation. It got to a point where it was like me and Julius kind of started having more conversations about myself. What do you want to do with your artistry? Are you still trying to be an artist? Like, and honestly, I've always wanted to be an artist. I just needed to go to school. I went to school. I needed to learn by the books first. I needed to know what I was doing, so I'm not paranoid every single day. I was paranoid.
A lot of people don't do that, but kudos to you for that, yeah.
But that's the thing, like, people aren't solution-based.
Yeah.
I was very, very paranoid in the beginning of my musical career, and that's why I ended up going to school for business, so I can not be oblivious to everything that I'm walking into. If I'm going to do it, might as well do it right?
This is true. This is true. My question is, what is the situation with Audio Dream Records, and why did you believe in Julius?
Oh my goodness. The first thing that caught my eye was the authenticity of his entire team.
Okay.
They were already there. The machine was already running before I even got there.
Okay.
But it wasn't running to the point where I wouldn't be able to catch up with them. They made it so I could fit in with the family. You know what I mean?
Of course.
They left room for me to actually fit in as a puzzle piece.
Okay.
And to be real with you, it was God. It was just meant to, it was supposed to happen. It was supposed to happen like that. ADR took me on as an artist and as an A&R.
Okay. Doing 2 jobs.
Well, yeah, I mean, I still
That's
like
hard, though.
when the job needs me, I'm there for it.
Okay.
Regardless. Okay. I'll hit every single job if I have to.
Okay.
But focus on my artistry more.
If Jasmine's phone fell on the floor and your DMs were wide open, what would it be?
Oh my gosh. It would be a bunch of people that used to hate on me hitting my DMs now.
Really?
Yeah.
Give me an example.
It would be, oh, I see you killing it. Do your thing 2 years ago. Why are you in the studio? Why are you just sitting here? Oh, I see you performing at Delilah. I see you performing on stage with King Los and all these other people.
Does it make you feel good?
It makes me feel great.
Okay.
But it's like, ugh.
It's like,
It's like, ugh. Like, don't you have any shame?
It should be satisfaction, though.
But it's.
You have to have haters.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that. But it's kind of like, dang, I'm actually going through it now. Yeah. I'm watching people genuinely be fake.
This is true.
I'm like, watch, and I'm a very real, and I know a lot of people say this, but I'm a very real person. Okay. I don't put on a persona. What you see is what you get. Okay. You know? I've always been the same person. I've never really changed. I mean, I grow. But watching people like switch up and go from hater to, oh, I support you. Right. Is kind of crazy. Obviously, it's the story of life, and everybody goes through it, but it's starting to happen to me now. And I'm like, okay.
Well, there we go. There we go.
It's happening.
Is your music any of your music based off of relationships, things that you've actually gone through?
Oh, for sure.
Can you throw names out there?
No.
Okay. All right. I was going to try.
You know what? One day, when I get to that point where can nobody say shit to me.
Well, nobody can say anything now. It doesn't even matter.
No, they can't.
What can they say now?
Right now, I got to be careful.
Okay.
I'm at a phase. I gotta be careful. So right now I'm not gonna do the names, but later down the road when it's time, trust, it's coming.
Okay, I respect that. Are you in a situation where you can date while you're still having a budding career? Can you still do 2 at the same time, or is just no time for that?
I tried.
Okay.
It failed miserably.
On your end or his end?
Well, what do you mean by?
Who was it more difficult for?
It was more difficult. Well, I want to say it was more difficult for me, but you never know what somebody's going through mentally.
Okay, this is true.
You know, he clearly just did not like the fact that I was so invested in myself. Okay. He wanted me to be a housewife.
What?
It didn't work. I'm like, boy.
But he heard you sing, right?
He knew. See, that's what reeled him in, is him watching me perform and loving my performance. And that's what got us going.
And then he's like, stay at home, though.
But he just didn't like how fast I was moving. Okay. He didn't like my train was
a little
chugging.
Jealousy there.
Yeah, jealousy.
Could be a little jealousy there, yeah.
Little self-regret, you know, not being able to keep up with himself and watching me do my own thing and not worry about him as much.
I appreciate your honesty.
I'm very honest.
And I'm going to ask you another question. Mm-hmm. I want you to be honest about this.
Okay.
Has there ever been any creative differences between you and Julius that you felt it should have gone your way?
Oh, that happens all the time.
Okay.
But that's
Sorry,
literally,
Julius.
it's literally, he's literally my family. Like, there is not a soul on this earth that could actually come to me in a way that Julius comes to me, because I know his intentions and he pours into me. He invests in me, not just mentally and emotionally, financially, time, blood, sweat, and tears. Like, we can get into a fight and be fine in 5 minutes. Okay. You know, that's a real relationship.
Have you won any of those fights?
Oh, for sure.
Okay. Right.
But he's won most of them.
Because as a creator,
he's won most of them.
He's won most of them because you always hear about songs that have blown up where the artist wanted to push a song out and the producer and the team was like, no, this one, but they were wrong and the artist was right.
I think that, you know what the best part about, the best part about what I'm doing now and what makes me grateful to even be with Juice and ADR is the fact that he gives me creative direction.
Good.
He allows me to make decisions because he trusts me. Okay. And I think that anybody that works with an artist should at least trust the artist's vision, at least a little bit. Because, like, you can have this diamond, you just gotta,
of course,
you just gotta clean it off a little bit. It's still a diamond though. You just gotta clean it off, help him shape it, mold it, clean it off, put it in a better place. You know?
This is true. What is the most challenging thing that you've had to overcome as an artist? Could it be financial? Could it be writer's block?
I think it's
wrong
the paranoia.
Team? Paranoia of what?
Everybody trying to sabotage you.
That's
especially at an early stage. When people know you're about to do well, they will try and sabotage everything great for you. You know? And
That's
that can
tough.
literally mean mentally, physically, financially, reputational. There's so many angles to sabotage, it's kind of scary. But that's why I keep my distance now.
Okay.
I used to be a little social butterfly. I stopped doing that.
You stopped doing that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I see your social media, and it's there, but it's not riddled with a lot of content, like thousands of posts or anything like that. It's very selective on what you want to put out there.
It's very careful. I'm
absolutely.
very careful.
Okay. What is your next big thing?
Okay.
The loyalty is strong in here.
I'm like trying to make sure I say the right thing.
Strong in here.
My next big thing is going to be my next single.
Okay.
It's called Want Me Some. Want Me Some.
Want Me Some. Okay. Can we talk about it or no?
We can talk about
Let's talk about it. Who produced it? Who wrote it? What was the inspiration?
So Julius's brother, Tub Young.
Okay.
He produced it and wrote it.
Okay.
I helped him out a little bit with the melody ideas, but it was really all just him.
Okay.
Essentially. So shout out to Tub. That's my dog.
Okay.
He really gave me some hits for real. A very talented human being.
Yeah.
The song is so toxic and I love it. I love it so much. It's just basically about another girl hyping her man up that she plays all the time. You hype him up, but you play with him, so I want me some too. Shit.
Wow.
Literally. It's called Want Me Some.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the streets is different in these streets.
I know, it's crazy.
Different over here in these streets. Oh man. Okay, so that's interesting. I can't wait to hear that. So here we go. Anita Baker or Etta James?
Oh my God, Etta James all day.
It was an easy decision?
Easy. I just sang Etta James the other day.
Okay.
At Delilah.
Jasmine Sullivan or Beyoncé?
Jasmine Sullivan.
Easy?
Easy.
Prince or Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson. Easy.
Of course, I agree with that.
For sure.
R. Kelly or Chris Brown? Oh. I mean, this is easy for me.
Oh man, but, I can't even choose one. Oh my God, I have to
be honest
one,
with
right?
you, I recognize the CB fans, but it's not even close to me. I'm not talking dance.
But you
dancing.
come from a different era than we do.
I understand that, but the era is still music, the sound.
The sound, exactly.
When you write hits for other people, and you write hits for yourself, and you just can't even do a show because there's too many songs. It's just different.
I mean, I can't answer that question.
Okay.
Because you can't put those two together.
You can't put them together.
They're
already talking about the Mount Rushmore right now.
I can't.
You can't. Okay.
I can't answer that because I love Chris Brown for who he is and what he gives to us, and I love R. Kelly for what he gives to us and everything that he represents. You know.
Good. That's a good answer. Whitney Houston or Mariah Carey?
Whitney Houston.
Okay. Easy decision?
Easy decision.
That was easy.
I love Mariah, don't get me wrong.
Are you a coffee drinker?
I am.
Okay. Big time coffee drinker?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So my question is, no coffee for a year or no intimacy for a year?
No intimacy.
Good answer. These coffee drinkers, bro.
I drink it black too.
Really?
Yes, I do.
Something wrong.
No, it literally does it for me. It's like this refreshing bitterness that I just love. I love that shit. It just wakes me up. It's like a slap in the face every morning.
Okay. What is a typical day in the life of you as an artist?
The typical day in the life for me as an artist. So I have a remote job. My mom I also work in medicine, but like part-time.
Okay.
My mom owns a nuclear cardiology company, so I basically just sell cameras to doctors from home.
Okay,
I just look up hospitals, look up doctors that are cardiologists, practices, write a list of people that are good candidates, make calls, pitch, get the deals,
And
send
it's
them off
easy
to my
because
mother.
you can still do your thing.
It literally takes me like 6 hours. That's my entire day.
That's perfect. Okay. How can people support you and follow you on your journey?
Oh, you can go to my Instagram.
Okay.
You can go to my YouTube. You can go to my Facebook. My Instagram is IamXazmine. I am Jasmine. On all platforms.
Okay. I'm a fan.
Thanks.
I'm
a fan too.
definitely more so today than before. So
I'm a fan of you as well.
I appreciate it. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
you made this very fun.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Jasmine, it's been a pleasure. Gotta shake your hand, sweetheart. Thank you.